Good morning, CDT day 125. Had an excellent sleep in an undisclosed camping location, and now we are on our way into the Tobacco Root Mountains, and we'll be in and I think again out of public land today. We're gonna go I believe in this mountain range, over it, and then back into this kind of scrubby prairie land and stuff to get to Whitehall. So we're expecting, we don't know the exact mileage, but just based on Google Maps directions of roads nearby, we're hoping for this to be about a 30 to 40 mile walk. So we're definitely expecting to get into Whitehall tomorrow morning. Probably try to camp just outside of town so we can get in early in the morning, spend some time there, and then continue on towards Butte. So that's the plan, and we will get it going. It is 7:20 a.m. on Sunday, September 1st, and we are on the move. That's right, finally in the final month of the CDT, September. Ooh. We are starting to climb these hills, and we're getting into the forest and mountains finally, and taking a little break in the shade. So I figure that's a good time to show you guys my resupply. So this is only for like a day and a half. So I got my favorite snack ever, the honey mustard and onion pretzel pieces. What I'm gonna have for breakfast right now is these things called smokestacks. It's cheese and basically a Slim Jim. So I got 2 of those, and then I got 2 of these cheese and peanut butter sandwich crackers. So I got 2 there. Leftovers that I didn't buy, I just had from West Yellowstone, is 3 of the Carnation Instant Breakfast, 2 of which are strawberry, 1 is chocolate. I've actually never had the strawberry before, so we'll see how that goes. What else do we have? Big bag of beef jerky. And, oh yeah, so that's all that for food. But also a bag of wine. Yes sir, 5-liter bag of wine. Sunset Blush Franzia. So going well today. It'll be nice. So, enjoying being back in the forest. There's actually a little like cascading waterfall right over there, which is pretty cool. So now I'm gonna eat some breakfast before we head up further into the Tobacco Root Mountains. Well, I got one that's lost in the shuffle. This is a Fiesta trail mix. I found this in a hiker box, gosh, like probably over a month ago, and it was really delicious. So I finally found some in the gas station in Ennis. So I'm excited to have some more of this. These nacho peanuts, almonds, pepitas, and crackers. The crackers probably being the best part about it. So this is one of the bigger staples. Has the most calories in it. 170 calories per serving, 19 in this one bag. So just a little bit of a snack serving will get you like 500 calories easily. And you can see there's a decent amount of carbs, nothing crazy, but lots of protein, 7 grams per serving, and lots of fat. And fats are hard to come by, so a trail mix is a must. And trail mix has given me problems. I don't really like it too much, but having one that's salty and savory rather than sweet is a nice change up. So these Fiesta trail mix is going to be great to have. And we have finally made it back into public lands and it feels so good. Now we're surrounded by U.S. forest land, and it is actual, completely public, no restrictions forest land. Oh my god. I can take breaks, I can sleep, I can eat where I want, when I want. This is fantastic. So Jesus and I just took I don't even know, hour and a half break. So we're back on the walk, and got this beautiful lake down here. This road is incredibly popular. We've just seen dirt bikes, four-wheelers, big four-wheel drive vehicles, any other vehicle just constantly coming through here. This trail randomly is more popular than some county roads in New Mexico, and it's not even registered as a road on Google. And I'm sure some of you can understand why that is so upsetting to me, because a road that is registered on Google back at Big Sandy Lodge in the Wind River Range led me down a god darn path that doesn't even exist. It's all just overgrown grass. And yet this, one of the most populated roads I've seen in terms of forestry roads in all of the backcountry on the CDT, isn't even named as one. Oh, Google Maps, I've lost so much faith in you. That's too bad. You seem so good. But at least we have a road to walk on, beautiful mountains to check out, this awesome lake to look at, and I perused a bit of the wine, so my pack is a little bit lighter, and I'm going to try to lighten that up for the rest of the day. Alright, we just took another break in the shade here. It's a very hot day, so I don't think we're going to do too many miles. I'm just not terribly motivated today, to be honest. Look at this. This is so nice. Oh, so much green. We found a bushwhack opportunity because the road was doing some crazy back and forth switchback stuff. And I'm starting to realize why. This is some steep stuff. Regardless, we are committed. So we're going to get back down to the trail and probably save ourselves a mile or two. Sweet. Look at that view. That's nice. Just popped out from the bushwhack. Went decently well enough. A little tough, but it was all downhill, so you can't really complain. So now we're back on the road. Probably saved ourselves a mile or two. I'll take it. Got to keep my buff on me because the crazy amount of four-wheelers that come through here are kicking up all kinds of dust, which is totally not their fault. That's just the way the road goes. But I will tell you what is a person's fault. Leaving a dog that you don't know how do I word this? I'm so upset. Don't leave your dog off a leash if you can't control it. On this trail, the CDT, I cannot explain how many times I have run into a dog that is not trained enough to be allowed to be off their leash, and yet they are. I find it hard to believe that at 10 to 12 times in a row, I'm the first person that this dog has ever gone crazy over. So, how about a little bit of an explanation? So, we just walked by a camp, and there was a dog there, and it ran up to me, and it growled at me, and it was ready to fight me, and I keep my trekking poles in front of it because between me and the dog, because that's the only thing that really keeps them from biting me. And the owner comes up all dumbfounded and confused. I'm sorry. Are you sorry? If you were sorry, you would either train your dog or put him on a leash, and neither of those happened. So luckily a car came up and it started barking at the car, so I started walking away. I turned around, there it is again. So I have to fend off this dog. Ugh. Alright, I'm yapping too much. Just really upsetting. Please, if you're a dog owner and you did not know this, if you can't keep control of your dog, please put them on a leash. There are people like us that have trouble with them, and it's really upsetting and dangerous. Well, on a lighter note, I think it's time for camp. It's a little bit early to be doing so, but I didn't really have much motivation today, so Jesus has had to use a lot of energy to keep me going. And also, we're going to be leaving public land pretty soon, so we're just going to camp here when we found a really, really nice spot. So I'll give you guys a little tour of camp, and you might agree with me, it's a good place to stop for the day. Okay, so that's the driveway, and this is the parking area with the garage. Alright, we'll get to the important stuff. We have a very big fire pit that I'm going to turn into a very big fireplace, no doubt. Jesus found this really cool seat with a backrest on it. He's got his tent set up over there. I'm probably going to set mine up over there. We have a stream. We have a creek right here that is very shallow, and we have very easy access to it, so it's good for soaking our feet in the cold, and possibly even a dip right there if I'm willing to brave the cold. But this stream is very low temperature, so I don't know if I'll be doing any of that. But plenty of flat space in case Paps decides to show up. Since we did a little bit of a shorter day, we're hoping, or maybe either expecting or hoping, one of the two, that Paps will be coming by this evening. I'm not sure if we'll go that far. He was about I think about 9 to 10 miles behind us yesterday, so it's a crapshoot. But either way, if he shows up tonight, that'll be awesome. If not, it'll still be the two of us. But Jesus also located a place that we can use a refrigerator, so I'm going to throw my bag of wine in there along with his beer, and we'll have some nice cold beverages for the rest of this evening. So for now, I am going to get camp set up now and dip my feet in here in this nice cold stream. Throw my wine bag in there to cool it down, and we're going to relax for the rest of the day. It's about 5 p.m., so we're just going to really enjoy being on beautiful public land in the forest with shade in the mountains. You just really can't get better than this. It's just a really amazing feeling, and we're happy to be here. Also, if you guys can't already see, we got some mountains in the background that we can take a look at as well. The beautiful tobacco roots that we're in the middle of. So, yeah, that's the camp tour. I'm going to get some chores done, and then I'll update you guys if anything fun or cool happens. Who knows what we're going to get into? Some shenanigans. Alright, little update in the last hour. Got my tent set up and everything set up inside. I know it's been a while since I've showed my setup, so I can show you. There's just my air mattress in there. Actually, let me open this up for you. My air mattress, sleeping bag, inflatable pillow, and then all my warm weather stuff, or cold weather stuff, just in case I get cold at night, and then my electronics and ditty bag and all that in there. So that's my setup, pretty basic. Alright, get this puppy squared away because the bugs are out. Did a little bit of laundry, and by that I just mean I washed my shoes, which are drying out right there, and my socks, which are drying out over there. Socks stink pretty bad. Also, just finished the fireplace. You guys know how I have to turn fire pits into places, so got all the rocks out into this pretty big size fireplace, and then leveled out all the dirt in here and just kind of made it into more of a flat area. So this is our fireplace for the evening. It's one of the biggest ones I've ever made, probably the biggest one I've ever made on trail, and I like it. It's pretty nice. I even have some extra rocks in case I wanted to touch something up, but I think it's good the way it is. So we'll keep an eye out for Paps, and probably start a fire here in a minute and just enjoy being at camp for a while. 6:15 p.m. right now, so still got about 3 hours till dark. It's perfect. Alright, got a fire going in the nice new place. A couple logs here that I'll just keep feeding in because thick logs are hard to find on the trail. So keep feeding those in, and I'll have some good logs that'll burn for a long time. We also have Jesus's nice backrest seat, and then I found a bench that I carried over that I can sit on. So 2 seats, aiming at the fire, nice fireplace, overlooking the stream, and then a lot of heat reflection back to us, so it's nice and comfy. We'll have logs to feed in all night. Oh, and I collected a fair amount of wood as well, just to make sure that we have ample amount of time with the fire. So everything looks good. And Jesus is just bringing out the wine. We got the bagged wine. It's been in the river ever since we got here like hours ago, so it's probably nice and cold. Freezing. Perfect. Some sunset blush. Cold as she can get. The fire is going strong. It has been several hours since the last clip, so it's nighttime. Jesus and I watched the movie Men Who Stare at Goats, which I believe is the second time for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, second time Jesus watched it, and then the first time that I've ever watched it. And it was very interesting, the Men Who Stare at Ghosts. Regardless, finishing up this wine, I blew it up so that I know exactly how much I have left, which is about that much. So of the 5 liters I started with yesterday, I'm down to about 200 mil. Oh my goodness. But I'm going to finish this so that Jesus has a pillow for tonight. He'll have a nice inflatable pillow.
So thoughtful.
Yep, that's what I do. You know, I'm a thoughtful person. That's the only reason I do it. But yeah, it is important to know that a bag of wine can be used for that. So it is multi-purpose. So if you're out for a weekend hike or something like that and you don't happen to have an inflatable pillow or something like that, a wine bag can be used for that. So it's worth considering for sure. On top of the fact that it's more efficient than beer in terms of alcohol. So that's a bonus as well. Not as efficient as liquor, but it's a nice middle of the road. You know, you get a pillow and you get some a really good alcohol buzz. So that's nice. Other than that, Jesus is drying out his stuff on the fire, and we're about to go to bed pretty soon. I don't think I have anything crazy for you. Stats, I really couldn't tell you, to be honest. I don't know how far we went. As far as Google Maps goes, they just decided, as I've complained about earlier today, they just decided that the road ends at a random place, but the road continues for so long. So unfortunately, I can't get any Google Maps mileage updates. But I do know that the end of the road is 12 miles from McAllister. We went about 3 miles last night from McAllister to camp. So that puts us down to 9 miles plus whatever we just did. And I'm thinking, I don't know, after that road, I'm thinking 5 miles maybe. So we're looking at maybe a 14 to 15 mile day, which makes sense because we stopped around 5 p.m. And if we didn't, you know, that'd be a 20 plus. So definitely a relaxing day. Decent mileage to make it count. And we're still in public land, which is really, really refreshing and nice to be able to hang out in. It's unfortunate we'll have to leave public land tomorrow, but after Whitehall, I think we'll be running back into public land once we get towards Butte and back onto the official CDT. For now, we won't worry about that. We'll just worry about this beautiful fire, me finishing this wine, and hanging out and relaxing. Had a beautiful a fun movie, beautiful night. The stars are out, and we couldn't ask for a better time. Unfortunately, we didn't see Paps, so he's probably still behind us, but he can't be too far off. So we could have Paps with us still. But I digress. That is the end of the night, and we will see you guys tomorrow when we probably have a morning fire and then get out of public land and head toward Whitehall.